What's the deal, Pickles? Is everything kosher? Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy Rumboyz Robbie, and happy Friday! Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like, make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. You already know the vibes. It's Rumboyz After Dark, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, YouTube and Twitch. Check us out on Twitch. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Twitch. Figure out how you go flip flop between the fucking two. Run up them motherfucking views. Share this shit. Let's go viral. Everybody fucking comment. Everybody share this shit. Let's get lit. Because it's the most wonderful time of the year. Outside of Rumtober, this is possibly has to be the greatest time of the year. We got baseball back in full swing, ladies and gentlemen. We also have NFL draft coming up. A lot of you guys are getting ready for your dynasty drafts if you haven't already been drafting in dynasty startups. So we're going to get you guys right on that fantasy football flight. We also got to talk, we're going to figure out a way to also drop Final Four in this show. We're going to cover the Final Four. Who knows what direction this show is going to go. Literally, I shit you fucking not. Can do whatever we want on this live stream podcast. You guys in the comments also help get the direct where the show goes. So make sure you guys comment. Without further ado, we got to go ahead and make sure we do what it do by paying these bills. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Let's go ahead and do it for the thrills. Yo, I want to shout out GLD. You see I'm rocking my Dodgers chain. Opening day was yesterday. My Dodgers got that dub. You know what it is. We throwing it up. Yo, Mike, take us to the yacht. How about in Miami?
How about in Miami when on land, I got no understanding. How the hell I'm burning, don't turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, don't want zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, go where you're not.
Make sure you guys DM myself or anyone else on the set that you see tonight for a GLD link. If you want to get iced out like your boy Rumboyz Robbie, get on over to shopgld.com. That's right. Just head on over to the Google. You already know what doodle. Head on over to shopgld.com. Hit me up for a link if you want to give the Rumboyz credit for your very first purchase, for any purchase, honestly, that you make on shopgld. Dodgers, let's go. I want to go ahead and shout out our homies over at PFF for launching the last year was such a great success. I was so excited for the second year of all 22. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, all 22. Make sure you guys head to all-22.com. Get in on the most lit fantasy football format that there is to date. We're all used to the traditional redraft. We're all used to dynasty and IDP and shit at this point. What if you really got to test your NFL knowledge against some of your friends and the greatest minds in fantasy football by playing All 22? All 22 is a fantasy football format where you get to draft a full 53-man roster. You can create a league, 10 to 12 players. We have an all 22 champion here on tonight's panel. The man really knows his fucking football. If you really feel like you really know football, have you always wondered what it's like to draft a full offensive line? Have you ever wondered what it's like to have special teams influence the outcome of your fantasy football week? All 22 is where you really need to go. You got football knowledge. You got that football thrivage. You need to get on over there to All 22. Shout out to PFF. We have a segment that's going to be brought to you guys later in the show from PFF. And then finally, I want to shout the homies over at Champions Round. I'm actually going to be on a Champions Round podcast Rum Day night this week talking with the homie Eagle Dan. Get on over to Champions Round, okay? You guys got to check out our Daily Dozens. They've been setting it off during March Madness. The company has a lot of great fucking things going on right now and a lot of great funding. Get on over to Champions Round. Link is in the fucking description. Our Daily Dozens is a game where you place $12. And if you get 7 picks out of 12 picks right, you come back with $2,400. Who wouldn't want to turn $12 into $2,400? So you need to get on over to Champions Round. You already know how it goes down. Yo, it's time for us to go ahead and don the crown. The Kings is here. The Kings of this Friday night podcast and live streaming shit. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what to do. We got to get into the cast and crew. First up, yo, it's me. It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie. Next up, he's the producer. Stepping up to the mic. Check 1 2 1 2. You want to scene with the cream, man? What you gonna do? Give it up. Or drop it like it's hot. Drop the mic
like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it. What?
Let's go, bro. I'm ready to do this. You ready to fucking do this?
Yes. Long week, long day. Let's get this party started, and it's silent but deadly.
Yeah, I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of silent, speaking of deadly, he hasn't been here in a couple of weeks, but he is finally here to instill you with some fear. He has finally trimmed up his beard. Give it up for David Gillespie.
It's too great. So happy to be back. It's been too damn long. I will say though, I am going through a little bit of a midlife crisis because I got my ass absolutely flogged today in pickleball by basically an entire retirement community in like 10 straight games too. Like it was really bad. You know,
that's what you did. That would have not happened if you'd been on the show last week.
No, that's what he gets for putting that picture in the background.
It is a great moment. The only thing that's missing, I just wish Don Cherry Poe would have just like wiggled his nose on Russia Cattell just to fuck with him.
Eskimo kiss.
Right when he's getting drafted. Exactly. An Eskimo kiss.
Oh my god.
I'm happy to be back though, man. It's so great to be back with you gentlemen, and let's get this shit popping, man. Let's get it
popping. Let's get it popping. Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, he is the patron saint of fantasy football. Give it up. He also helped me hold it down last week. Give it up for Saint Pat F.
So I'm here because Drop the Mic FF sent me a text saying, "Are you on tonight?" As I'm in the middle of some stuff.
Oh shit!
So thank you, Drop the Mic. I am here now. The deed is done.
Got it.
And you know what has not been done? Your beard has not been trimmed, and that needs to happen. You need to get that cleaned up a little bit. Come on.
He's rocking the Liver King look, you know? He's all about that Liver King.
It's a little bit too much.
What? No.
It's Liver King-esque, man, and I expect nothing
We're
less.
We're about to hit April. Like,
no one
clean it up for spring. Like,
no, you got before it gets for real hot outside. You got to trim that shit. Pat does bring up a point.
There's gonna be a fucking chipmunk.
He's like putting it in his eyebrows, like
you know, like
exactly, yeah.
Pat brings up a point.
It is time.
I'm waiting for like a little like robin nest like to come out of it. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, his beard is low key swallowing his face right now.
Like I'm waiting for like Mike to like chew up some gummy worms and try and feed it down to the robins that are living inside of it.
Thomas wants me to do like this inflatable helmet thing so bad. What up, Albert? Leafs. Yo, at this point, I'm with the shits. Pang is here. What's up, Pang's Picks? Yo, let's go ahead. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the rum boys and girls, what it do. Dilly. I was already at the pool hall getting fucked up, so I'm excited to keep this pace going.
Oh, God.
Well, we're in for a wild one then.
Yeah, we are.
Sure.
First topic of the night. We feature our NFL covered athlete. And that is no other than, well, Joe Fixin to sit in prison mixing. Joe Mixon
Oh my god.
and the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals more so need to figure out what they're going to do here at. Bro, tell David to change his background. Shaking my head. It says Kevin D. Change your fucking background.
That's only going to make me want to keep it. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm only
Like
here to be
taco.
here.
Exactly. I'm going with the taco strategy.
The Cincinnati Bengals really need to figure out what they're going to do at running back. They've seemed to start figuring out things in other places and how they're going to remain relevant. I believe that they will continue to remain relevant, but there really is this key piece that's missing with the things that Joe Mixon is going through. What do the Cincinnati Bengals do here? And is Joe Mixon going to be a Bengal next year or even play in the fucking NFL next year? Mike.
There is something telling me that he is not going to be a Bengal in 2023, and that is one of the reasons I put him on the cover. It's because I wanted to talk about the guy.
What's wrong? What the fuck?
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
That may be.
I can see where that might have some things to do with something, but yeah.
Not that.
Did it just get dark all of a sudden? Is that what? Is that how I'm reading the tweet? I didn't even know, man. That's
all right.
So just go. God damn it.
There's something telling me that he's not going to be on the team this year. I have a weird suspicion that the running back for the Cincinnati Bengals is going to be one of two people this year. I don't know why. I just got this gut feeling. There's a guy who's still a free agent that is willing to take less money from Dallas to become a winner. There's something telling me it's either Ezekiel Elliott or Bijan frickin' Robinson. Those are my bold takes.
I like that. And Bijan was a featured covered athlete recently. We'll talk plenty about Bijan later. Yeah.
If he doesn't get snagged before, there's a weird feeling that I have a feeling they might do that because
we got some
if
shit.
you look at their offense, the Bengals really only have one hole.
Holy fuck, and here goes the chat becoming unhinged. DC Defenders running back room is open.
Oh, that's disrespectful. Don't you do that, Leafs defense.
No, they got what's his name? They got Smith. It's not empty.
You know what he's saying, Joe Mixon to the Defenders.
I know he is.
Is this XFL or USFL we're talking about here?
XFL.
The Defenders are the XFL, Brad.
I figured. I work for the XFL and I should know this shit, but I just.
God damn it, David.
I know it's sad.
Good thing we didn't write them on the fucking show sheet, huh?
Yeah, those. What are they called? The weirdos in the green?
Thomas, you're literally talking
it's an
in
ugly
the chat.
ass jersey.
You're talking in the
It
chat.
really is. The green and orange doesn't mix well with Seattle Dragons. I do have one question though with what you said, Mike, about Bijan Robinson and the Bengals. I don't know if this is premature to ask this because I know we're going to get into Bijan later on in the show, but do you think he ends up? Not to say that I couldn't see that potentially happen. It's possible, and it would be probably an upgrade, even though I do like Joe Mixon as a running back still to this day. Do you think it's possible he lasts that long before he's picked up? That's all the way down to 28. You know,
it all depends on. I know, but I could see them moving up 5. I don't think he's going to be picked by. I had a poll. Someone put up a poll in one of my leagues. There's a chance I don't think he gets picked by 20, and I think someone can move up to the early 20s to grab
him. Interesting. Okay.
That's my thought process.
Okay. Yeah, there's a possibility they could trade. There's a possibility. I mean, I could see that happening, and he's certainly worthy of that because he's a special back.
Bengals are always going to have issues with their players. Poverty franchise. Here's the thing with the Bengals running back perspective is that I don't think that they have to really at this while on the clock right now. I don't feel like you have to hit the panic button, which is I feel like where Mike is able to get away with his take earlier with Bijan, which like I said, we're gonna get into plenty of Bijan talk. We're gonna get plenty of rookie talk here in the next topic. Yeah. But that's kind of where Mike gets that leisure of having that give or take with that topic. With that being said or stated, I don't think they have to hit the panic button per se.
No.
because the free agent market is still available, and then also the rookie class with running backs this year, you could get away with some shit.
Yep.
So it's a very, very interesting situation. So it's very interesting that we leave the show with this, which is why we now turn our attention to the Patriots State of Fantasy Football St. Pat FF.
Morals.
More.
We're here to talk about morals.
That
Joe
fan,
Mixon,
that fan.
I don't know if he actually has them. I don't.
Joe Mixon does not have morals. Okay.
Now
I feel that.
the interesting thing is, regardless of how the NFL feels about morals, because we know how they feel. They really don't give a shit. We've seen that play out time and time again. The bigger question is, can Joe Mixon even stay on the field? We talk about injury-prone running backs, yet Mixon's name often gets left off that list time and time and time again, despite missing games almost every season of his career. They need someone in that backfield. No matter what, the Cincinnati Bengals need to draft someone. One of the running backs we're going to talk about in the next.
Well, that actually, supposedly he was ruled out as a suspect, and that it was maybe his sister. Was that correct, or someone else?
But wasn't he? But he was also involved. Yes, Thomas. I will follow. I am working. Yes. I'm in the middle of a podcast. I'm doing a lot right now. But yes. What was I saying?
Talking about the Johnson shooting allegation.
Yeah. Yes. There also is the whole Darryl Green Jr. situation. Where isn't he involved with that with Kamara? Like.
So, by the way, I just want to clarify real quick before we move forward with that. It's Darnell Green Jr., not Darryl Green. So I think we accidentally missed. It's actually Darnell Green. So it's not Darryl Green's son. It's someone else, actually.
Are we sure?
Yes, I'm pretty positive. Yes.
Send me proof.
All right, I'll Google right now.
So ultimately, when it comes down to real life football, which is what really matters right here. Not that people don't matter, but
you matter, Pat.
I do matter.
Pat.
Jesus, that got dark. Fuck.
Robbie, can I say it? Can I drop the viewers?
What?
I've said it before, and it drops the viewers.
Oh, no.
Don't do it.
I know it.
I'm not going to say it. Okay. But regardless, the Bengals are an option for someone in the third round. Someone in day 2 draft capital is going to go to the Cincinnati Bengals.
They don't necessarily have to go Robinson. They can go Gibbs.
No, I mean that's the point. Is even if they don't go Gibbs, there's a plethora of running backs that could potentially have day 2 draft capital that can slide into that offense and put up better numbers than Pirine did, backing up Joe Mixon.
Kevin, no, it's gonna go from 4 to 3, like, right? Hey, if y'all share the goddamn content, share this shit. Let's go. Push my goddamn algorithm. YouTube, stop playing with me.
I don't like talking Joe Mixon. I feel like
no one on this channel. We've never been a Joe Mixon channel. Like we've never been.
I mean, I got popular off of Joe Mixon.
Mike is laughing because he's like that's why I fucking did the graphic this way.
That's exactly why I did it.
Just to troll Robbie.
I remember making memes of like the Uno meme of like, all right, draw 25 or draft Joe Mixon.
I'll never draft Joe Mixon onto a fantasy team.
It's the issue is like, okay, we remember the incident when he was at the University of Oklahoma where he punched the girl.
Oh God!
Tape,
Oh God!
And we find him constantly tagged in instance, whether he's involved directly or not, or he just is involved simply by association. It's a red flag nonetheless. And it's like, why are you finding yourself caught up in these fucking situations? Whether you're the person, whether you're the suspect or not, why are you surrounded with these fucking allegations and these type of people that are maybe potentially committing these acts as opposed to you? It's an issue. I don't know if I got to say my take about Joe Mixon's on the field performance, but I just wanted to say, if we're talking about him on the field, okay, I don't know what's going on off the field if he's involved in that. I hope that it was just one isolated incident back in the University of Oklahoma where he punched the girl and that was it. That's all we had to reflect on in terms of his direct involvement. But
Kevin, he's not that rich. So like what Kevin's saying in the chat, he's not that rich. He's not that rich.
He's a running back.
Hood rich. He's hood rich.
He's
I mean,
a running
sadly,
back.
a lot of
He's
people
hood rich.
a lot of people get away with
Not like he'll
domestic
be
violence
pitcher or some
situations.
shit.
So,
Jordan, what's your take?
Look, I'm a Chiefs fan. You know, the Chiefs, they dealt with Tyreek Hill's history and his continued incidents forever and ever. But Tyreek was a game changer for the Chiefs. Mixon's not that guy. Why deal with it? It's just one of those
Tyreek got found innocent.
Fucking God.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
yeah. And Kareem
Okay.
Hunt was trying to take a spider off that lady's shoulder.
No.
I get
Kareem. No, Kareem. No, don't even get me started on that. I was at his last home game before that happened. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I think there's I don't see why they would, and I mean, God, Eckler would look perfect on that offense too.
That'd be nice.
You know, that would be really, really, really nice. And I mean,
Are you under the persuasion that Cincinnati goes more in the veteran direction versus drafting a guy?
with their draft spot? I mean, they're not going to get Robinson. You know, I think they can get somebody a more important player and go veteran in free agency this year instead of having to spend that draft spot on a running back there, because they already have the weapons on offense. They don't need to pay up for running back at this point.
This is and to your point, this is the first time that we have seen the running back market be as barren as it has been. We're seeing veterans. We in recent years we've seen, starting off with just the rookie class, we've seen the rookie class greatly digress in high taking positions. Saquon is probably the last one that we can really reference as to being taken, super high, super early. After that, guys are you're not getting your first running back until 25 down in most drafts in today's NFL. And then when we're looking at the veteran market right now, currently, we're seeing guys like a great legend like Derrick Henry. You mentioned Austin Eckler. We're talking Mixon on the current topic at the moment. You're seeing these guys not necessarily getting the looks, or teams necessarily reaching to drop the bag and back up the bridge truck at this particular position. So I think that we're seeing the market at running back, and this is also kind of the NFL subliminally kind of admitting to, hey, this is also the position that gets the most concussions. So it's like, well, no, we're not going to play these guys. What's up?
I want to throw one more vet name out there, and I want to know if David agrees with me on this.
What's that?
I could see Kareem Hunt going there.
Yeah, I could see that too.
It's a
He
great
stays in the
cost-saving
division
move.
and-
It's a great cost-saving move. It's a great cost-saving move. I don't disagree with that take.
He probably wants to take it to the fucking Browns because he fucking hates their asses now. He wants to get the hell out of there,
Well, he wasn't good on the Browns.
Who doesn't?
Early on he was, but then
Early on he was.
doesn't
The
hate the
last
Browns?
2 years he hasn't done shit.
What player that has played for the Browns in recent memory, that aside from Joe Thomas, that actually loves it, and that fan is back?
I think Nick Chubb likes them. I don't see him moving quite yet.
No, me neither.
Troublelicious.
Yeah, because look at what's happening with the stats. As long as he can keep that up, he's going to get the contracts.
And I think Hunt can thrive in his own situation still. I think, honestly, taking a backseat and not being motivated last year to play at a high level because he was just miserable there, it's going to bode well for him to go to a different environment and be that focal point. He should have honestly probably been a focal point in an offense had it not been for his off-the-field issues, because he was a baller at Kansas City. He was phenomenal. One of the best backs in the league. And then he took a backseat, obviously, because of those off-field issues,
But even then, you have to say I think you might even have it backwards of why he was bad this last year and why his opportunity went down. You're saying it's because of these.
What up,
these
BKB?
issues.
Much love to
and
our
the Browns'
Seattle fans.
Well, maybe what if the Browns weren't using him because he was literally shit in practice?
Well, I don't think he was
Nothing we saw from. But why would he be?
No, why would he be? Because he's tired of being the backup running back over the last few years.
Then prove
He doesn't
it.
want to be that.
Then step up and do it.
He can
Do
go,
something with
but
it.
he could go. So, but Pat,
These are professional. These are professional athletes.
I
Kareem
like
Hunt-
If
Kareem
you
Hunt-
want to act like they don't have motivation,
Pat, Kareem Hunt is so removed from his situation that he only went to the Browns because of his situation. He's so removed from that situation that I feel like Kareem Hunt could go to a team that is willing to either A, be a dark horse, or B, be a contender, and they'll be willing to take on that publicity and allow him to be a piece that helps him get a ring, and he would be willing to take that ride. Think of it like when Shady got to take a ride.
Oh, with the Chiefs? Are you talking about the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the craziest, shortest ride.
Melvin Gordon taking a ride, like
Melvin Gordon, who did nothing, and
Anthony Davis was never going to ever
the
get
difference is, like, in this situation, you guys are expecting
Anthony
Kareem Hunt to
Davis was
step
never
in
going to get a ring.
and be
Anthony
something.
Davis was never going to get a ring if it wasn't for him becoming a Laker and a pandemic fucking taking place.
But
Well, I don't know about the pandemic part.
Well, that's ring chasing. That's a whole different conversation than what you guys are suggesting. That Kareem Hunt steps in and does something for real life NFL football.
Kareem Hunt should ring chase, and if he
So
goes to the
send the practice squad and get a ring?
Bengals, it helps him.
Kareem Hunt in 2021 averaged almost 5 yards a carry. The year before that, he had almost 1,200 yards from scrimmage. This guy can play and thrive. This wasn't that long ago. I think last year was the
Denver
down
will
year.
take him like Kareem Hunt in Denver. I'm okay
Two
with
years
that.
ago, we had Todd Gurley still in the league, rushing for 1,000 yards.
Well,
Kareem
a
Hunt.
little longer
Let's
than
not
that.
Todd
forget.
Gurley is stop.
Well, it's a
Stop.
sad-
If we're
Stop.
having these
Can't
ridiculous
ring
conversations
chasing.
about running backs 2 years ago, then sure, like,
Talking about
you can
Kareem
have
Hunt
that
ring
conversation.
chasing, he wouldn't have to
2021
ring
we're talking
chase
about.
if he didn't get
Look, we're
caught.
gonna keep
with
it
a
on running
girl.
backs.
He would have one.
Hang on. We're gonna keep it on running backs because I love where.
Oh shit!
Thank you, BKB,
Duh.
GB, VHI,
Duh.
YU.
Oh no! Hi. Cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly, motherfucking Dilly. It's
That deserved a
about
long
goddamn
one.
time someone got this bitch popping.
What the hell
My
does
damn
that
blood pressure go up?
do these two acronyms mean in this guy's name? I'm curious about that.
We don't care. This
Whopper, Junior Whopper.
Oh god,
He's up from your area.
Mute you if I have to.
Hey, yo, that's my homie from Seattle. Yo, I
He's
love
my Seattle
BKB. I love BKB. He has been subscribed to this channel since day one. Like, yo, big ups to Seattle. We love you.
Fellow Seattle native right here. So
Yo, your Mariners. We're not going. Wait. Slow down. Slow it down. I almost got ahead of myself. David. We're gonna talk about it later.
No, I know.
I'm sorry. We have to keep me in check because me and Jordan. All right, really quick before we get into this next topic. Jordan and I, we were at the pool hall earlier, which we whooped ass.
There you go. So
Okay.
polar opposite of my pickleball play. Gotcha.
Well, that's not my fault that you're a non-coordinated ginger fuck. But Jordan and I, we were great. I was not as great. Jordan was great. I did have a nice little 3-hole run. That's what she said. And you know, it was great. It was great. But yeah, we had beers and shots, and now we're here. And we're about to get it popping. We're about to get it popping for real. We have not put a real life fantasy football spin on a topic in a hot motherfucking minute.
Uh-oh. I want to know.
And this one comes also like, listen, we have our connections over at PFF. This is a fantasy football show, and we are sponsored by All 22. The top 10 PFF Dynasty Fantasy Football running back rankings by PFF have been released. These are not the Rumboyz rankings. This is a sponsored segment. Do not judge us. We are going to give our rankings accordingly based off of this top 10 within this top 10 during this sponsored segment brought to you by PFF. head to all22.com. That's right, all-22.com. Promo code Rumboyz, take 40% off the subscription price. Let's talk some running backs, gentlemen. I'm gonna just throw it up. We got Bijan. We got Bijan. This is dynasty. We're talking dynasty. We are not talking redraft. We got Bijan.
Wow.
We got Breece Hall, Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, Travis Etienne, Saquon Barkley. What would you change? What would you keep? Let Mike or myself know if you need us to throw that graphic back up. We will. Jordan, you start first. I'll let you look at it again if you need to.
No. So
just leave it up for a minute.
I'm a Breece Hall fan. I think he's going to be fantastic. If everything aligns in the way that it seems like it's going to align, Breece Hall's going to have a hell of a season. I see Robinson at the top of there, just dynasty today. But depending on his landing place, I mean, would it really surprise you if he's down at 7 or 8 after that? I don't think so.
And that's good equity, though.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he's a young guy, but I'm also a huge Ken Walker fan. I mean, man,
I agree with that.
That is gonna be nice for a lot of years. We had. You don't have it up there anymore. Eckler, he's still got a few years left.
I'll throw it back up there.
Yeah, McCaffrey's going to be killer this year. I mean, if we were talking this year, McCaffrey's going to be fantastic there in San Francisco. I mean, the whole.
But I feel like he's more of a redraft ranking as to where I'd probably put him in the top 5. I don't know if I'd take McCaffrey in Dynasty in top 5. What do you think about that, Jordan?
No, maybe. I mean, because you're going to get probably 3 years out of him still there. I mean, I played
fantasy against you. I played fantasy against you, and in redraft. We'll probably get into a dynasty league, I'm sure, at some point this year. I could the type player that you are. I feel like you. I could see you. I could see you pulling the trigger right there. Like I could see you. This is a good one.
Yeah, no, like I said, McCaffrey. I mean, is anybody going to argue that he's going to be good for 3 years? He's going to be fantasy top 5 for the next 3 years. I mean, he's got the potential, especially in San Francisco. I mean, you keep him back in Carolina, you'd be like, no.
No, yeah, fuck that.
Way down the list, but. In San Francisco, I mean, he's got it. I mean,
he gets preservation.
Well, the key thing is he's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and I mean, his health issues have only really popped up for the last, 2 years there?
Yeah.
And God forbid he turns into something that's terrible there. But, I mean, McCaffrey, I mean, I like him there in the top 5 in Dynasty. I mean, I think that's a good idea there. Eckler, he's older. I mean, he's not he's younger than me, but he's getting to the point of running backs of maybe he has 2 good years left in him. So, I mean, is he dynasty? Is he redraft great? Yes. Is he dynasty great? I don't know. I mean, probably still top 10, but I don't know if he's up there in the 5 or 6 range.
Look at Leafs with this crazy ass equation that honestly in some weird fucked up universe kind of makes sense.
He's memeing,
but
my rating.
That's how fantasy analysts really be though. That's how we really are. Let's see, Pat. Do you need me to throw the list back up?
I can pull it up on my own. I have it up. It's in a separate window.
Get it. It's your tape.
The biggest red flag to me is Austin Eckler Nathan Janke made this list. If I'm in a league with Nathan Janke, I am selling him Austin Eckler all day, every day, and getting back any of those running backs plus something. I think his rank of Austin Eckler at 6 is way too high. We are in a really interesting spot with dynasty running back rankings where we've got a rich injury history for top guys like Breece Hall. You have Jonathan Taylor, who missed a few games this last year. You have injury history with Christian McCaffrey and Travis Etienne and Saquon Barkley and all these top guys. And then you've got 2 guys coming in that we don't even have landing spots for yet that have the chance to turn the dynasty world on their head. You have a generational prospect in Bijan Robinson who's coming in at the top, who almost regardless of landing spot will unseat almost any running back on this list except for maybe Christian McCaffrey, Breece Hall, Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs. He can unseat almost everyone else on this list and become the workhorse running back.
Yo, you must have sold some damn good fucking games.
And you had Jahmyr Gibbs to this list, who's coming in as one of the all-time leaders, and
Gibbs is going to be sneaky value.
I am super excited for Jahmyr Gibbs.
I want in the leagues where my rookie and my vet draft is combined, like in those weird startups that do that, like that don't have them separate. I am so hoping for Gibbs to just be like that low hang, like oh my. Pat, shit.
The reality that he can fall to pick 6 for you in a super flex league. You can be sitting as a team that just missed the playoffs, and suddenly get to add Jahmyr Gibbs to your roster. You have the option between Jahmyr Gibbs and JSN and whoever falls to you.
I was in a mock that I got him at 7.
Bro, there was this dynasty league. There was this dynasty league that theory that you just talked about, Pat.
Yeah,
Jahan Dotson did that for me when he came back healthy in that Sam Howell game.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, I love that you just spit that fucking game, dog. That's are we taking a sip of beer for Pat right now? Or are we taking a shot? Like that was value. That's a fucking gem that just got dropped, motherfuckers. We're taking a shot. Pat, is there any other way that you want to cap that off, or is that like what is that the meat and potatoes?
I would say just Jahmyr Gibbs right there at 7. I love that. It's a higher ranking than I've seen for a lot of people in their overall running back rankings. I think it's bold, but I think it's where it needs to be with all these aging running backs and the question marks. As a PPR monster, if he starts finding the end zone early in his career, expect to see him shoot up in the top 5.
But and especially, I want you guys to go take a look at the way that Gibbs hits that weak side pitch. It's something special. He has breakout speed when he hits that jab step, coming off that right foot. Once he plants off that right and it's just breaking left, that has a very fucking valid point. Like when we look at those very small details in the film. Thomas, yo, how about you buy the inflatable helmet, ship it to my PO box, and I'll do that.
Can I just say one thing about Jonathan Taylor real quick?
Oh God, I've noticed no one's really dropped JT takes. What's that?
I don't fucking like him. I just don't like him.
Jonathan Taylor's a floppy disk of running backs, bro. It's like you're good and you still have some type of fucking purpose, but not. He's a USB drive. I should say.
Hey, like I'd rather take a bee in the butthole at that point, you know. Like it's just one of those things that like I just don't. I don't have even a good basis for it, but my gut just feels like, you know, dude, just give it Trent Richardson vibes, you know. Just
whoa!
You know what he reminds me of?
I like that.
This guy just led the league in rushing.
So his 2021 season breakaway runs were what saved his season.
I don't know about
if those breakaway runs were set up at the 30-yard line instead of his own 20, suddenly we're having a whole different conversation about JT.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure.
Suddenly, those numbers are two or 300 yards less on the season.
But at three,
Still-
but at three, off
still
this
a-
list, off this
still-
list,
still
off
a
this
great-
list, JT feels a little bit rich for me. I would reach for probably some of the older guys here, and even one of the older guys that's not even mentioned in a Derrick Henry before. I probably would take my chances with a fucking Jonathan Taylor, bro.
If I'm looking there, I'm likely taking a at that range. I would rather take a wide receiver in a dynasty startup draft than I would, or a quarterback.
But we're only talking these guys though for this tape.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Those within that realm of that ranking can be fine and can be well and good, but at the value of where that's going to be mean for taking him and paying up for him, I'd rather the guys that are going to be there.
But you've been around the block. Like you're gonna play that checkmate style of fantasy football. You're looking at what your league mates are doing. You know that your league mates are gonna bite on that high value. So you know that something of better value is probably gonna fall to you. So for you get that. Some of our viewers, if it's their first time playing Dynasty, they're not gonna get that luxury, and they're gonna see a guy like JT sitting there, and to your point, they might bite. So to your point, maybe they should, maybe take the step back, pull up.
That's why they need to listen to the Rumboyz.
They
need to listen to Rumboyz. They need to follow Drop the Mic. They need to listen to Squeedo here. They need to follow us around. They need to see us on the shows that we're on when we're talking this shit.
Yo, exactly. Yo, and speaking of, we go to David. David, drop your shit, bro. Like, so TQB.
Y'all ain't gonna like my takes. I just a heads up. Y'all
You need a list
here in a second, probably.
His are more real. Well, let me preface by saying this, and this is backing David.
But
up.
he's an all-22 champion, so this also makes sense.
David's more about the real than the fantasy.
But all-22 also kind of bases that off of what happens in real. So David's takes are going to be pretty viable here.
David's more PFF based.
If you are predicating your take on Jonathan Taylor when it comes to fantasy football value on health, I get it. But this guy is elite. This guy is bona fide elite. There's a reason why he received an elite grade by PFF in 2021. It wasn't just a situation where he benefited from a great offensive line, because even the Colts offensive line over the last few years has kind of dwindled compared to what it previously was when it was vintage. Ryan Kelly, Eric, they had Eric Fisher at one point, Quentin Nelson, obviously. There's Anthony Costanzo too, going back a few years. If you're predicated on health, I get that. But there is very few. This guy may be the guy that is the best in the league at navigating holes. Honestly, to find the open hole, Jonathan Taylor may be the best in the league. Okay. I honestly thought he got robbed, frankly, of the MVP back in 2021 when he led the league in rushing. But that's just me, though. I think my biggest issue, honestly, Bijan Robinson, I get being number one. More so, he's a special talent. I think he's one of the most polished running back prospects we've seen in recent memory. But I think more so I would get it depending on the situation he lands in. So if he goes to the Eagles, holy hell, it's a wrap. It may be a wrap, honestly. It may very well be a wrap because of the offensive line. I love the offensive line. In terms of him being number one, I think it's very strong possibility. He's that polished of a running back. He is complete as a runner, as a receiver, as a blocker, everything. The guy can juke, he can spin, he can hurdle, he can do it all. He can truck anyone. Honestly, I am very high on Bijan Robinson. My biggest issue, Josh Jacobs is way too fucking low on this list. The dude led the league in rushing last year with a shithole offensive line outside of Colton Miller. Not to mention, I think the Raiders' priorities this offseason are going to be to bolster that offensive line in addition to addressing quarterback. So if that's going to happen, this dude could maybe rush for 2,000 yards next year. I could see that happening for Josh Jacobs. He's that talented of a guy. No way.
I love that you brought up Josh Jacobs because no one else did.
Thank you. My last little criticism, I will say, Jahmyr Gibbs, way too high on this list. I like him. I think, yes. Let me hear me out for a second.
Wait, all right. So wait.
Uh-huh.
I want you to be right here just so that he can fall. So I want you to drive the Jahmyr Gibbs algorithm down the YouTube chart right now. So do your thing.
I like Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, he's got probably the best stop on a dime trait out of any running back in this draft. Okay, he is fast.
That motherfucker's cuts are nasty.
They're filthy.
And he'll break outside and then cut and then take it inside and just walk.
They're filthy. Okay. And I know I probably, contradicting myself, bringing up, other random shit like blocking and all that stuff. And, when I was talking about Bijan Robinson, when we're talking about fantasy, which, it doesn't really matter in that instance, but I'm just talking about complete part because I'm high on Bijan Robinson, but I'm not as high on Jahmyr Gibbs. And the reason why is because he's not a physical bruiser of a back. I don't think he's as good as a Bijan Robinson, as a Tyjae Spears, as a Zach Charbonnet in terms of navigating open holes. And this is just rookie running backs that we're talking about here. Now, a lot of rookie running backs thrive, instantaneously, but not to the level of maybe being a top 10 running back in Dynasty. I mean, that's, like early on in your rookie season, that's like a little high right now. If we're just talking about
7.
I think honestly, I don't trust him when it comes to navigating and find the right open holes. Like I don't trust him as much as other guys. I think he's on the outside.
Okay, but what if he lands? Okay? But what if he lands in a good landing spot? Are you going to cut this man some slack? Like okay, what I'm trying to do right now is when we film post draft or even during draft, and we're doing our coverage. And if you just let's say we're doing our live draft show, because we do our live draft show every year. Everybody knows this shit. It ain't no secret. Let's say we're doing our live draft show, and the slot that you're booked to come on just so happens to be when Gibbs comes off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to renege your tape if he goes to a better landing spot than maybe what someone who is as high as Bijan could be? Bijan could go to a fucked up landing spot, and it's like, bruh, and like we've seen that. So I'm just trying to leave you some wiggle room before.
I get it, but I can't emphasize enough how truly fucking special Bijan Robinson is. Okay, this guy I believe he's going to one up Breece Hall in his rookie season.
So you're putting Bijan on that level of no matter where he lands out of all 32 teams, you're thinking he's going to LeBron this shit. You're trying to put him on that LeBron type level.
I don't want to. Okay, well, it depends. I mean,
that's what you're saying.
No. I didn't say. Okay, we're comparing maybe the second greatest basketball player of all time in a completely different sport to a football player.
You're basically saying that no matter where he goes, you're saying because here's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Here's what I'm saying.
He is schematically diverse. He is environment diverse too.
All right, so you're just out on Gibbs.
I'm not saying I'm out on Gibbs. I like him. I just don't think he should be quite this high. I don't know if he's going to make that instantaneous of an impact as a rookie.
Can I say one last thing on that before we just back up what David's saying there about Bijan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm about
I was talking on a show earlier this week. Bijan, their breakdowns came down to he has no weaknesses. There's a scene in Disney's Hercules where Meg is being told by Hades to find out Hercules' weaknesses so I can win and stop Zeus.
Yeah.
And she just goes, he has no weaknesses. You can't beat him.
We thought the same thing about Zion Williamson, and what happened? We've seen generational talent. We saw Kyle Pitts. We've seen generational talent.
No. Let's not bring Kyle Pitts into this because that's a completely fucked up
situation.
No.
Let's man.
No.
You can
bring him up. You can bring him up. You can bring him up. You can bring Kyle Pitts up for the same reason I want to bring up in a minute. But keep going, Pat.
You can have generational talent.
Right now we're looking at his game. Where is the weaknesses? We can't just say, okay, he's not going to do this because sometimes people don't pan out.
Yeah.
We have to have an honest look at his actual pedigree and who he is and what he's shown us.
He's a fucking athlete. He's a freak of fucking nature. You're right. Yeah. I'm not denying that, bro.
That's what I'm just saying in that place. So, David, you're trying to create that tier between him, and that tier is there. 100%. I fully agree with you. As someone that just hyped up Jahmyr Gibbs, there is that tier there.
Yeah.
But also the thing that I think you missed on Jahmyr Gibbs that I want to add to is
What's that?
You're talking about his between the tackles running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely a weakness for Jahmyr Gibbs. But what's really good is he's coming to the league with hands as good as Eckler and as good as Kamara and finding that open space in the offense to sit there and wait for the ball and to be set up for. So in a PPR league, he's going to be racking up points like no one we've seen before.
My critique is really only predicated on his running. He is definitively the best receiver.
If you were excited when Antonio Gibson was that guy for that one first year that he was pretty much just that guy, you're gonna get Jahmyr Gibbs for that for about 3 years. I'm willing to take 3 years of Jahmyr Gibbs versus the year that I got out of Gibson. Like, God forbid that Gibson falls well enough to where Washington be like, yeah, we'll just run with B-Rob and fucking Gibbs. Like, dude, I fucks with Gibbs. I fucks with Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
We know this. I started my career doing nothing but interviewing rookies.
Mm-hmm.
I love Robinson,
mm-hmm.
but there is something. I got a feeling that Gibbs is gonna be on draft night, going crazy for your fantasy team. All right, Mike, take it away.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something, and then after that, I'm gonna want you to pull it back up, but not quite yet.
Mm-hmm. You can do it too. You got it too.
Oh, it's up there.
Yeah, you can do it too. I put it up there because I also have to get the one for after the show. Unless you can pull the one from my Facebook page with the WS odds.
Okay. Well,
I'll pull it. I'll pull that. I'll pull it.
I haven't even looked. I'm not even going to try to bring it up. Here's what I want to say. Bijan can stay there. I'm okay with it. But I disagree with something that David said.
What's that?
There's 2 teams that I am afraid about him going to.
What team?
I don't want him to go to the Bills, and I don't want him to go to the Eagles.
He's not going to go to the Bills. I doubt he'll go to the Bills.
No way the Bills.
And who's the last team you said?
I don't want him to go to the Eagles either.
Why not the Eagles?
Because of Jalen and the inside the 5. I don't want his production to be limited if I'm drafting Bijan for fantasy. This isn't about real football conversation.
You have to think about that. Yeah, you have to think about that with Bijan too. Like, that's why landing spot matters so much.
That's my only issue with that. With the Eagles landing spot.
We're not having amnesia here, though, right? I mean, Miles Sanders had 1,300 yards on the ground along with 11 touchdowns.
David.
And he's better than Miles
David.
What's that?
You are one hell of a fucking analyst. You are a goddamn good analyst. I'm going to sit here right now, and I'm just going to say, if we're on Around the Horn, like again, which is like this type of show it kind of is, I'm giving the points to Mike right now because of what that one sentence was just a fucking left hook that just dropped you in the 5th round. Mike just Alex Pereira to you, and you were Adesanya.
Come on.
You're gonna love me. Hey, you're gonna love me in a second.
He's right, because that is a perspective that you need to look at.
I am looking at it.
That's my only thought. Remember, it's all about landing spot. Everyone thought CEH was 101 Glory Maximus, and that's shit to bed, right, Jordan? Okay.
But Mike, what about my point about Miles Sanders? He's better than him, and Miles Sanders has still accounted for a shit ton of production last year. You know,
but how much of that production got taken away from
Miles Sanders is being drafted in the RB dead zone. Miles Sanders, even in Dynasty, Miles Sanders is still being drafted in the RB dead zone.
Miles Sanders still had 11 rushing touchdowns last year, despite Jalen Hurts having that many rushing touchdowns.
You're right, Pat. You're right.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying I'm saying 3 or 4 more touchdowns easily could have had.
We have to think of it like this. We are looking at these rankings landing spot. Yeah, Mike brings up the most fucking optimistic, most valid perspective. What if he lands? If he lands on a team that's pass first, or if he lands on a team.
David, let me go to the rest of it, and you can because bring it up, Robbie. Mm-hmm. Can you bring it up for me?
Yes, sir. 3, 2, run your take.
So I agree with Pat that Eckler is too high.
Yeah.
I would put Kenneth Walker ahead of JT.
And he wants to leave too, right? The Chargers, I thought.
Yeah, I want Kenneth Walker below even McCaffrey.
But here's the thing, and this is where David's gonna love me for this one. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is too high.
Thank you.
Pre-landing spot.
Damn it, Mike.
There you go. Preach the truth, baby.
And here's something that you guys
will set you free.
Y'all are haters.
No.
You're haters.
Not saying that.
You're haters.
I want to see landing spot. But the other thing that I do want to bring into this, and I think I'm going to get hate for this one, I think Najee Harris needs to be number 10.
I like that. No, I love that. I love that. Getting Isaac
Najee Harris needs to be 10 in there.
I like that.
My take, you fucker.
My last
and that was
question.
my number one take from the whole thing.
I'm gonna stretch it even a bit past that.
You're going higher?
No, let me get Najee right there at 10. Yep. I'm gonna move Saquon down 2 spots. And I'll put 2 fucking NFC backs ahead of him. You need Pollard and then Robinson.
I don't
James
think
Robinson?
And then Brian.
Oh, Brian Robinson. Gotcha.
And then I will go Saquon. Here's my thing. This was the first season that we got to see a full healthy Saquon. I don't think that's sustainable.
But here's my issue with your point. Here's my issue with your take right there. I understand he got franchise tagged and he's going to be on the Cowboys. But I am worried about the injury and them trying to what they're going to do. I think they're going to draft someone. And I just have a feeling that they're going to try to.
I feel like Pollard could be so efficient. Pollard could be so efficient that even if something were to happen to him, he would still be better than the aging Barkley. Like I just have so much more faith in these younger running backs. I feel like that's a direction that everyone should start going in the dynasty community, and even in just the redraft community, is maybe even start looking a little bit younger. I'm not saying I'm becoming a 0 RB YouTube channel because that's never been our angle. I feel like you need depth at the running back position, whether it's redraft or whether it's dynasty. I know that we're both in a draft, and I did take Kyler Murray, and I know what I did after that.
And I took Najee.
But
I like Najee's value this year, though.
I took it's a dispersal draft, so like not everyone's available.
I'm gonna create a 12-man dynasty between all of us in the group chat, and then Jordan and shit. And we'll have a draft. Let's go ahead. Right now is a perfect time. We're making.
That's like goddamn Homer.
What happened?
I like it. I don't blame him for being Homerish because I'm
I will box you right now.
Drive to Michigan and do it, bitch.
Look. Let's get into halftime.
The last league you invited me to, I won that motherfucker. So like, let's
whoa,
do this thing, man.
That was redraft. That was redraft.
Whoa. Hold the fuck up. This is true. You've won a league with me in that league. David won an all 22 league.
Mm-hmm.
I've looked. You won a league, right? Yeah. Okay.
I just had to get in there.
Look, hold on. Here's the thing. You're not gonna. You'll find Pat has one league.
There's another league that me and Pat have been battling for the last 3 years as the top 2 teams.
Here's the thing. You're not going to find very many podcasts where everyone is in the top 5, top 6 of their league. Like, it's we're unique here at the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's because we just hit. Matt! Hold up. Wait, why isn't his fucking comment showing on the goddamn screen?
Yo! It says it.
There we go. What up, Matt? What's good? But no, you're not going to find many YouTube channels where everyone just like hits like that. This is why you got to follow us. Speaking of, shout out, I want to shout out Cripple Creek Casino here in Colorado. Your blackjack dealers are mine. Your roulette tables are mine. I own those hoes. Those are mine. Keep running up the bag. Okay? And we love you and we appreciate you. Let's go ahead. Let's get into a quick commercial break and some music videos. Mike, do you want to pick a music video and then I play the next one?
How about yes. I will. So do you want to go me, then you? And
Let's
then
do the commercial. Let's do the GLD joint first. Yo, if you got a GLD chain, really quick, yo.
Which one?
I don't got mine down here, man, but I got fucking
the yacht.
Hold up.
Jesus.
Yeah, the yacht. Hey, yo. Really, Pat, look at Pat. Pat's like, he got the Packers. He got
Right
the
there.
Tigers.
Right there, Pat.
Fuck is he doing flashing that demonic logo?
Whatever. Get you a Bears one and don't complain.
I know, right?
Hey, his current quarterback owns your team. Don't forget that.
Oh.
Pat, Mike. I'm gonna hunt your ass down before the end of the show. I'm flying out to California.
Producer Mike, roll tape. You got first music video. I got the second one.
In Miami when no land, I got no understanding. How to hear I'm burning, no turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, go where you're not.
I don't care what you play. Oh no.
I ain't waiting a second, I'm going in now. No freestyling, no this some pin pal shit. See, I don't make moves to get rich, shuffle quick. And I only fuck with bitches who be slobbing on that. I can get nasty, but I'm usually where the cash be. Rolling weed, sitting back, blowing shit to Cassie. I ain't doing it for the rich way, so I brought Rich Ray. When I come around like Dom, that look this way. Right into my own shit, I swear I be doing the most shit. Give you hits like Tyson and giving you vibes like Bryson. Certain things in life be so expensive, but I buy them. Certain things in life be so enticing, but I can't try them. You looking for what you looking for, yeah, I'm the item. I'll hold you down forever, you my nigga, yeah, item. I'm coming for what you say, you hold, I'm all about it. Linked up, turn a beat up, now we clouded. Feet up on heat up, red Jordan 1s. Niggas needing shows, I'm clapping shit, man, I'm the chosen one. Neck wrist on freezer like magnet. On my Tiger Target and Chris Brown, I can handle it.
Let me handle it, smoking like the candle lit. Any beat I study, break it down and then dismantle it. Competition challenge it, I'm dealing with some damages. Juggle lots of life, but now I'm learning how to manage it. I've been to the bottom of bottoms, I never been to the top. I pop some bottles with models, I see my friends getting shot. I sip to drown in my sorrows, I smoke a weed by the lot. I stand and post on the corner, you'll never look. I ball like a piston, you'll never play my position. You catching what I'm pitching, I'm switching, no contradiction. I'm fishing for opposition, no vision and optimism. I wish I was kinda different, but I know my mind is different. I see them bitches smiling, long as she happy. I'm on the beat violin with my nigga T Savvy. We go back in the day and bring the heat. Cali, you ain't got nothing to say. The nigga be silent. Hey buddy, don't say shit. Everybody cap, changing faces like a facelift. They think they all that. Trust me, bitch, you just basic. In 20 years, you'll be looking back, wishing to erase it.
And I'm too savvy, I'ma get it to the end of my days. And I'll be only blowing smoke if it's that Jenny A. You say you always keep a 9, but niggas, I always keep a 8. Niggas straight in my face with that cap, it's okay. Niggas stay with a fresh cut, need it, no way. I can't take these niggas serious like all the brothers Wayans. I just be adding up experience while I'm changing up my wins. And I got my own condo, so I just change it how it's laid.
And me? I'm never changing lanes. I got a better way to demonstrate and elevate the game. I keep a level-headed saying I told the devil pave the way. If ever I see there's a day, I'll disappear like David Blaine. I never had it from magic, I had to grab it from tragic. Sometimes I wish like Aladdin, get thrown the pits with the dragons. Imagine living in lavish, I wanna get it, I have it. I remember shit in the trash cans, in the trenches in Afghan. But I made it back to the States, made it back to being black. And now they laugh in my face. With all that's happening, it's so hard to say this place is so great. So on the track, I found my faith and put my faith in the tape. Yeah.
Hey bro, yeah, they really like that spooky beat.
Ooh, nice. Play it again.
Okay.
Yucky, yucky, yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky.
Man, hey, that made me so fucking happy. I mean, y'all heard the fucking song Push by Equally Opposite?
Yes.
Holy shit, man. That is my fucking jam right there.
So they are my homies. I used to actually manage them.
Oh, really?
That's incredible, man. Like, I got turned on to him by the song Push, man, and I love those guys, man. Like, damn, they're fucking good.
Yeah, I used to actually manage them. Shout out my old company, Bad Influence Records. Y'all can actually fucking look that shit up. That is real life. Yeah. Yeah.
You play some fucking hits on the show. I like a lot.
Yeah,
of
Zach, the white dude, is one of my really close homies, and then through Zach, I got to know Gordo, who's the black dude, and yeah,
that's what's up.
I love them. That is some 2 up, 2 down. Yeah.
I don't know why we got to be talking race on this show over here. Like, I mean,
we don't. I love they came together during a time when it was like, oh yeah, like we're about to be dangerous. Let's be dangerous in the music industry. Oh, we're gonna have a black and a white duo. Let's do it. Like, oh, some outcast type shit, but like different races. Let's go. Like, I love this. It was so great. And it was great managing those guys. Shout out to Equally Opposite. Make sure you guys check them out on Spotify, YouTube. It's Equally Opposite, all one word. Big shout outs to EO, man. Yo, I love you guys. You already know. Yo, I like that. And Push is a great track by them as well. I actually have that one loaded up here. Maybe I'll play that. I'll play that as we close out. Push will be how we close out the show.
Push, such a great fucking song by them.
So cheers to me.
Cheers to you.
All the Rumboyz and girls, what to do, dilly dilly.
And by the way, you're on the clock.
I also have to upload a graphic too, so I'm gonna upload the graphic first, and I'm gonna make my pick.
I mean,
how many times has Robbie almost spat out his whiskey, on the fucking show?
Oh, that's
not whiskey, dumbass.
Not whiskey? What is it, rum?
Yeah.
Why would I fucking be drinking whiskey on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network? Gosh, you're so weird, David. Some of the shit that you say.
He's from Seattle. Give him.
Can you show us some cooking stuff? I heard that. I heard you can find cooking stuff on the Rumboyz.
I should have known better.
Oh my gosh!
What did he say?
Also on ESPN, you can find that the Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball team is beating South Carolina currently.
Dog, what's the score?
31-27.
Come on, Gamecocks, pull through, baby.
Yeah, I see 31-25, but I'm guessing Mike's a few seconds ahead of me.
Really quick, while I get this graphic loaded up, I want to know what you guys feel about the MLB's new rules surrounding the pitch clock. Yes.
Did we lose Robbie?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, he froze up. His picture froze up. So
Do you want me to talk about the pitch clock?
No, yeah. Let's
Oh, here we go.
really quick. I want to know what you guys' feelings on the pitch clock and the new steals rule. Jordan, we'll start with you.
All right, so I've been playing fantasy baseball longer than I've been playing fantasy football. I think I started fantasy baseball at about 2002, 2003 or so. My feelings on this clock is that you're trying to shave 17 minutes off the clock of going to a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a baseball fan anyways.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, like, is that 17 minutes? You're like, oh goddamn, I'm gonna get out of this parking lot that much quicker.
Yeah,
You know, like it's laughable. And then yesterday, opening day, we had Pete Alonso just walking the base instead of running to the base, and it caused his batter to take an automatic strike because of the pitch clock. I mean, these are situations where this can influence the outcome of the game. I mean, this could be ninth inning, 2 outs.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, that should never. It's the ruination of baseball for a baseball fan. But for all purposes' sake and making money, there's no problem with it. But like actual like strategy and thinking about baseball, and then just talking about steals. So last year on opening day, there was 5 successful steals, 4 caught steals. So in the entire opening day, there was only 9 steals and 4 caught. So that's like what, like a 52% average of being able to get it. Yesterday, 21 steals and only 2 caught base stealers. It's like a 91% base stealing. I mean, these guys, what they wanted to do was to make more runs, make it more exciting. MLB hit it on the head if that's what they're trying to do. But I mean, just the fact of the steals has to be a more telling story.
I want more steals.
we want more steals. Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, why not have 100 steals? I mean, you go back to Ricky Henderson up back there getting 80 steals a season. I mean, just having the time of his life.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's do it. But I mean, the pitch clock has
I'm okay with it because it seemed like no one else like as from the player standpoint, it seemed like no one has complained about it so far, really. But what I've heard from the players are like, we've been getting used to it since spring training, so we're fine.
They're getting used to it, yeah.
I think the veterans is where the pushback is going to come eventually. Yes. David Ortiz, I remember for the longest time, he was like, are you fucking kidding me? You're thinking about putting in a goddamn pitch clock, So, I mean, we'll see how that plays.
It affects both sides. It affects the pitcher and the batter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does. Yeah, it's balanced. You're not wrong about that. I'm just saying the guys.
I think it affects the pitcher and the catcher more.
Oh, no, and it's worse for the offense because, like I said, it could be that game-ending strike.
Well, I coached Little League out here, and like a lot of the kids I coach, like they have ambitions of getting it into the majors. Like if I'm trying to coach to that standard, that's something that I'm also thinking like, oh, fuck, like no, you need to decide. I mean, I've always taught my kids that anyways, but I mean, like it's I feel like it's a little bit different of an added pressure now for at all stances of the sport. If that's going to now be the standard, and if that's going to be the rule going forward. We're talking about making pitchers make a split decision at the just like when you're at the free throw line.
Being able to throw to first base twice, pretty crazy as well too. I mean, like,
yeah,
one of the most annoying things of me as a baseball fan before this Dude just threw the ball to the first base for the 4th time. Why is he doing that? This is just bullshit. But when you add that limitation, now
if you've actually played, you understand it though. If you actually played, you understand it. Like if you've actually played at any level, like you're like, okay, I get why he's constantly checking me at first. Like he's checking me at first because he knows I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Pat's turn because I have a feeling. I just know
Pat and Mike. Pat and Mike, because you guys haven't really chimed in.
No, Dave chimed in before me, but I know Pat is going to piss people off, and I can't wait. Let's go.
He's a Tigers fan. I'm excited.
I became a Major League Baseball fan in 2003 as a Detroit Tigers fan.
Mm-hmm.
I watched games where Mike Maroth was down to the Yankees 6-0 in the first inning. That's how I became a fan of baseball. I fell out of love of baseball.
Really?
Because I didn't want to sit there 162 evenings a year and watch a 3+ hour game, win or lose, only to have 250 total pitches happen in that 3.5 hours. Almost one pitch, 1.5 pitches per minute. The game needed something to speed it up. In 1954, basketball was completely dying. They added the shot clock and saved the sport. I can respect old heads of baseball that love the classic game, no pitch clock, but it's literally written into the original rules that pace of play needs to keep up. And now they actually put a clock behind it. We won't notice the clock on 99.5% of pitches. By the end of the last week of spring training, we were seeing pitch clock rules coming into play on less than 1% of pitches. Like amounts to roughly 1.8 times per game on either a called ball or a called strike. So the play yesterday where the guy didn't hustle down to first and wasn't ready to play, absolutely he deserves to have a strike called on his teammate. You're playing a professional sport. I watched Prince Fielder eat nachos during the middle of a game. Like, do you know how insulting that is to athletes?
How my Red Sox had allegations of chugging beer and eating fucking fried chicken in the clubhouse.
You saw Manny Ramirez do that shit.
Oh, he was just pissing in the big monster.
The green monster.
Because the game was taking so long.
Yeah.
And yes, in the World Baseball Classic, we saw that we didn't need a pitch clock. Did you ever, while watching, feel like the game was going slow?
Nope.
No. We weren't seeing those 4-minute at-bats. With
we weren't
pitching
watching
coach
the
going
Yankees
out
and
there.
Red Sox 5-hour 9-inning games.
Guilty as charged.
For most players, this wasn't an issue. Pace of play was an issue for most players. But it came up. And it's risen over the years. And the pace of play has drastically slowed down in the last several years. And they said, we need to fix this, or we're going to completely lose the next generation. And if this is America's game, they have to bring people in and having people watch the games.
You brought.
I don't want to have to just watch condensed versions of the games to get to see what happens. I want to actually sit down and watch the game. Now, rules I don't agree with that have happened. I don't like the runner on second and extra innings. I hate that.
I don't like it either.
I was about to bring that up.
So in terms of, I don't want to be like, oh, Patrick's riding Rob Manfred's dick here and he loves everything he's doing. No, I don't like the runner on second. I like the bigger bases for safety reasons, as well as increasing steals. I love that there was way more steal attempts and successful steals this opening day. We'll see it either go one way or the other. And I expect to see the MLB adjust if it goes drastically one way or another and it's harmful for the game. They've already come out and said that they are prepared to adjust rules if they see exploitations happening.
The problem is, though, is it can influence the outcome of the game.
So can a shot clock violation in the last minute of a game in the NBA.
So going to delay a game in football.
The difference between a shot clock violation and a pitch clock violation is one actually can dictate the result of a score while the other won't. Like shot clock violation won't dictate the score. It'll just dictate possession, while a pitch clock violation could bring a guy home from third base, because of a walk,
Yep.
So,
but you can still be in the act of shooting and get called for the shot clock. Like it.
No, you're right. You're right.
There's effects to the score. At the end of the day, that's part of the rules.
Sort of
And those things matter in the first quarter, the first inning, fifth inning, middle of the third. Every play matters.
I just meant as a result of the violation, like after the violation happens.
But it felt like so really quick. So like for me, it felt like a long time in baseball at the professional level. It felt like that certain plays necessarily. It was a very long, drawn out, methodical game. From a fan standpoint, you had to be a fan of baseball. We are fans of baseball.
That's what I was going to bring up.
So it's different. Our take is different. Like this next generation, like you have to shave. If it's 17 minutes that we got to shave off to bring in the next generation of not just player but fan to enjoy this shit and buy some motherfucking tickets.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, preservation of self has to become. There's no better person to talk about preservation of self than possibly the only black guy on the goddamn panel. Okay.
So, David, I want you to give your
take.
One last thing I will say.
But just saying.
Yeah.
As a business, if you're thinking about preservation of self, you need to preserve. You're thinking long term. You're thinking long game, and this is your checkmate of preserving it to the next generation.
I will say that something that the MLB has failed to do for multiple decades is marketing their players and their athletes as humans, as stars, as
there's no attitude in the game anymore, bro.
Because it's been taken out of by unwritten rules.
Yeah, I think so, and I think
there's ethics in baseball.
And so the biggest issue is I can recognize a football player walking down the street who wears a helmet and wears all these pads.
Dante Poe kissing Roger Goodell. He hasn't changed it since the new topics.
And I definitely won't. After that.
Since I can recognize a football player who wears a helmet when he's playing the game that I watch and I love to watch, who's wearing all these pads, but I can't recognize a baseball player who just wears a baseball cap.
What's in recent memory? What's the most? So sports and pop culture eventually always meet. When's the last time you quoted something from a baseball press conference? Aside from Tommy Pham, fucking fantasy football bullshit last year.
I'm going to say it. And someone on this panel is going to love me.
Mm-hmm.
Boston, this is our fucking city.
There you go. This is our fucking city.
The last thing I can remember was a result of a Tigers commentator being racist towards Shohei Ohtani. Yeah. That's the last thing I remember.
Jack Morris.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. Yeah.
You don't hear shit until someone messes up.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and that's why I brought up the David Ortiz one.
I like that, and David Ortiz, part of the reason why I loved him. I mean, my all-time favorite baseball player is David Ortiz. And it's in part because of that persona, that personality.
Bro, David Ortiz chugging fucking vodka on set. Like that, you needed Big Papi to take the to literally break FC. We break FCC laws all the time on this show, but we're allowed to do that because that's the premise of our show is to not give a fuck.
We're talking about
but when someone like Big Papi breaks out a handle of fucking Tito's, like you needed that for ratings. You had to do. The NFL does not do Rumboyz levels. The NFL fucks with Rumboyz.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL does not have to do Rumboyz levels shit to get views.
Mm-hmm.
The Rumboyz have to be the Rumboyz to be the Rumboyz. That's the last time I can really think of some shit that it was like, yo, that's viral.
Okay. The thing is with when we're talking about attitude in baseball, I will agree that there is a lack of, that kind of gutsy, kind of like kind of rebel-esque attitude that we've seen in baseball in recent years compared to what it was like. I felt like in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, there was a lot more of that growing up.
In the
like
90s,
Albert Bells and all those guys were some crazy
Griffey,
motherfuckers.
McGuire,
Exactly.
Sosa,
exactly. Bonds.
Yeah, bro, you're straight up dogs. Like you tuned in. You put a baseball card in your bicycle spokes as a kid because the sport was so prevalent. Here's my thing. And I love this. I show speed type personality. We need maybe that's where baseball is at, where they need a personality in the social media realm that is just so goddamn just like, because I show speed what he did for soccer and the things that how he expanded the soccer market from FIFA to just everything he did, like, and just immersed himself in that world. And he was just honestly he was just doing it from a very genuine space, a very genuine, like, he just loved fucking soccer, like, so like he would just get on Twitch and play soccer and play fucking FIFA and shit. Like
the hardest part of like growing a star social media wise is you need that like comeuppance, you need that rise to fame. And with a sport like baseball, where you go on hitting streaks for sometimes players will max out at 7 days on a hitting streak. We're just waiting for people to fail. You never get that big rise without someone like approaching a record. Well, and at that point, they need to be literally shit talking their way through that record.
So then, here's a great conversation for us, maybe behind the scenes, and like or even in the Discord. Here's a conversation for like us in the Discord. Like, this is the perfect time and like a perfect market for us to be like, we're already baseball fans. You already rely on us for football. Like, we're nasty at football. We're nasty. Like, I don't know a lot about NHL. Like, Leafs in the chat is the best NHL analyst that we got on our side. But like, we hit on NHL. Like, we hit at a high fucking percentage when we go to hit the books. Maybe it's just time that like we have those conversations in the Discord about like, and we have those heavy conversations in the Discord behind the scenes of how we make these types of things prevalent. Because like, I feel like there's things that like we have Rumboyz Sportsbook Live. We just gotta like feel up, like with baseball started out, like, this is a perfect time to really fill up that market, show some juice behind that. I think with like the pitch clock and shit, like, we can have some fucking fun with it. It's gonna be unprecedented, and I'm excited for unprecedented. I like being new. I like being first.
I just want to say, when we're talking about the rules, and I love your points about bringing up superstars. I wanted to, in terms of showing off that attitude, I just wanted to come naturally. Like, I don't want like a Mike Trout and Mookie Betts and Aaron Judge, who are quieter guys.
Mookie's my guy. Don't you ever besmirch Mookie.
He's not.
I would never. I love Mookie.
He's a Red Sox fan.
He's talking great things. He's talking great things. I love where David's going with this.
Exactly.
I know. I just had to make sure.
I'm saying that's not their style, and I 1000% respect that. And I don't like that Rob Manfred is bitching his mouth off about, why isn't Mike Trout showing off a little more and shit like that. It's like, that's just not his fucking style. But there are other guys out there, like a Bryce Harper, for instance, a Manny Machado. Some of those guys will have that attitude. Highlight those guys.
The problem with baseball is that when it comes to the marketing department, this is that league hires terrible people.
They're not doing a good job. No,
the creative that happens behind the scenes. Like, bro, I went through every major leagues teams yesterday. I went through everyone's social media, and I was just like, we're just gonna keep redoing the same shit that we've already done, huh? The typical this team won graphic, how it looks, the way it's chopped, placement of scores, placement of players. We're just gonna keep doing the same shit.
It's the same old shit, just a different year, and that's what's frustrating about it. But to address these rules real quick, I loved what you said, Patrick, about the pitch clock in particular. All of that was spot on. I do disagree, but it's a matter of subjectivity. Everything you said objectively, it has a ton of validity and a ton of truth to how people truly like.
And I'm ready for the league to adjust and to make make things right so we can find that balance and that sweet spot.
We're gonna have plenty of talk about this, especially as our sportsbook show begins to grow Wednesday nights. And if we can really get that popping off, we can, maybe run that, Wednesdays and Thursdays. We'll see what happens. I want to, speaking of the sportsbook show, speaking of the books, we're gonna run a non-sponsored segment. These are the most updated. This is the most updated graphic of the rankings that I have.
Can I say one thing about this whole topic since I haven't said anything yet? I just want one major thing.
What do you got, Mike?
This is where I think it comes down. I'm the old head here. I mean, I got a freaking baseball tattoo on my arm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
I started watching in '87. I mean, here's why I think the pitch clock is needed. What is this new generation all about? We need a new generation to watch, right? Instant freaking gratification.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem with baseball in general. And that's what I wanted to bring up. I had no problem watching it as a kid, but now that I've gotten older and got sucked into this social media shit, instant gratification and the 3.5 hour games is not
I'm gonna be honest. The pitch clock and like the steel rule.
Yeah.
The pitch clock and the steel rule doesn't fuck with me. As much as if we could find a way to get these bitch ass umps to I get that it happened in spring training, but like the shit that happened with the Ramuto, I didn't like that.
Ramuto, yeah, that was so fucking. What
like,
a fucking.
If we can find a way to fix, if we can find a way to fix the bitch assness.
That's stupid ump.
Yeah, I'm okay with pitch clocks. I'm okay. I'm fixing bitch assness.
It's for me. I just and I'm done right after this. I'm just got one
because we got to get into these odds.
Yeah. I like the pitch clock. It's just a matter of like I liked baseball the way it was, and I thought it was more natural, that sense of not having a time limit. But I get what you guys are saying about speeding up the game, and it's going to lure in more fans, most definitely. I do not like, though, the bigger bases because that only helps the offense and the lack of defensive shifts. That's bullshit. If you want to beat the defensive shift, you hit opposite field or you hit over. There are plenty of dudes who fucking did it. So there's no excuse for why we're banning
I agree with the shift. I agree. I 100% agree with the shift.
When people are throwing 102 miles an hour and can place the ball,
we've been doing it.
You're running 15 pitchers on a roster.
They've been throwing 100 miles an hour. There are other ways I think that that you can beat it. There's you like I said, hitting opposite field, hitting over. There are guys who've done it.
I mean, we saw the strikeout numbers, we saw the ground out numbers go through the roof with the shift in place. That's concerning.
But it's always
the offense needed something to balance it back out.
The shift has always been legal. It's always been legal.
The shift.
Advanced analytics really has hurt baseball.
I think it's more about
was never around until the analytics hit.
Until the super advanced analytics. You see Ortiz being like. Someone like, oh shit, Dave Ortiz pulls the ball.
Let's take all of these things into factor. Okay. I'm throwing it up. Ah, shit. I'm throwing it up right here, right now. These are the odds pre-opening day. Okay? You may have to zoom in or whatever the fuck. I'm sorry. All right? I just need to have a graphic to go with this. These are the odds pre-opening day World Series winners. Astros at the top. You got the Braves, Yankees, Dodgers, Mets, Padres, Blue Jays, Phillies, Mariners, Cardinals, Devil Rays, Guardians. And I'll pretty much stop there because as it kind of caps off at White Sox, Twins, and Brewers. What do you guys thought?
You're not last, Pat. I just want to bring that up.
God damn it!
I'll start here. Hey, give me Yankees. I don't like them. I am not a big fan of them, but
give me a dark horse as well. You have Yankees to win it.
Yep. Yeah. Give me Yankees. But can I just say one thing on the last topic there? It's like, so we're saving 17 minutes. Okay, off of the baseball games.
That's a lot when you talk about this new generation.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. It's like saying I'll watch the first 4 quarters of the NFL game, but if it goes into overtime, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
I know people that have done that,
which is wild to me.
That's a big viewership drop. Yeah, Mike brings. Yeah, that's a big
there's
viewership
people
drop.
that are 3-hour football game, and I see it.
We've done streams where
it gets to 4:10 and everyone's out.
If you want to speed up the game of baseball, like I think they would have been better off like getting guys to stop stepping off the fucking mound or stepping out of the batter's box, or the guys who are coming out of the bullpen.
But that is their way of doing it, is to make sure that they have enough time.
But like, but they're like resetting like multiple times, you know, and it's just like it's frustrating. Or the guys coming out of the bullpen and then they've got to warm up all over again on the new mound. Like you just warmed up in the bullpen.
Give me your dark horse, Jordan. Jordan, give me your dark horse.
I just wanted to say that. So
dark horse, give me White Sox.
I like that. And it's not for them to. Okay, well, is that your dark horse to win it, or like to go far, or just to get in?
No, to win it. I mean the pitching in Chicago is
great.
They've stepped it up. South Side has done some shit, and I'm interested in what's happening in the South Side. There's some other teams as dark horses that I'm interested in, but I like that one. Pat, I'm gonna throw it back up. Do you need me to throw it back up, or are you good?
Give me Padres and Blue Jays. I like both of those to win their individual pennants.
Okay, I like that.
No,
and I think
that's not a dark horse. I mean, you're like
he hasn't gone to a dark horse.
I haven't got my dark horse. Can you pull it back up for my dark horse?
Like, give me Aaron Judge to win
the
MVP. You know?
Right? Yeah.
No.
What are your dark horses?
That's my World Series. My dark horse. Can you pull it back up one more time?
3, 2, bang. There's some interesting ones there. There's one that I really have.
Brewers and Cardinals. I think whoever comes out of that Central has a real shot.
Brewers are destined to fuck up everything they ever try to make good. I
mean, but it's a dark horse pick. But it's a dark horse pick.
Oh, okay. I mean, I understand the dark horse. I mean, like, I get it, but like, holy shit.
We're talking hot take here.
Yeah, this is what we do.
I like that. Brewers, Cardinals. Go ahead.
Great pitching.
There was one other thing, like opening day of the 15 games, 31 minutes saved.
Average per game.
No, you're right. It does cut down on time. You're not wrong that it's going to save time.
No, we're talking 17. Like,
it's
that's a full TV show.
That's a full sitcom.
Yeah, I mean,
and networks are going to be happy about that.
They still get their same commercial breaks. They still get all that, but they're gonna.
It was all a matter of preference for me in terms of like I just liked baseball the way it was, where there wasn't a time limit, because now there kind of is with the pitch clock. But I get what you're saying though. Like, they're objectively, you are 100% right.
I think networks are gonna want to be able to actually know when their next thing is
going to come on. And for us as content creators making content around the sport, that's also more money into our pockets. That's more revenue. That's more ads that get to play during our shit.
You know where it's really going to matter, though? We haven't talked about it all. Weather delays.
Yep. It's going to matter a lot.
More games can be saved because they're through the fifth inning.
Yeah, because once it's the fifth, the game's a
fucking the fifth inning
today in Colorado. You can save yourself 15 minutes. Extra 15 minutes can save a game, or even the next night. So instead of playing from 9:00 Eastern time on the East Coast till 1 a.m., they're out of there by midnight.
Anything longer than golf, it's too damn long.
You're goddamn right, slap yourself.
Rockies played at 7:40 last night.
Ohtani has 50 million. Watch him take a warm up in Japan.
Yeah, we also run into like the language barrier.
Base running.
One of my professors was worked with the Tigers as their ESL, their English as a second language coordinator. So he was in charge of training all the people that were working as tutors on their team to teach English.
Yeah,
and so that creates a barrier within the league.
I have some future takes about the Blue Jays. Like, if the guys don't drop them here, like I have some takes on the Blue Jays that I'll probably drop later on other episodes. It's too early for me to diagnose that team.
Not here.
So
Why?
for
What was too early for you?
Right now.
Let's rock. Fucking get it, man.
Go, David.
okay, in terms of my World Series picks, if the Yankees stay healthy, yes, this will be their year. I mean, it's always been an issue for them the last few years. It's been the health, honestly. The biggest thorn in their fucking side, biggest thorn in their ass.
That's a lot coming from a Red Sox fan.
Let them rip.
They're a lot
This
better
is
than
the
us
year,
right
though.
now,
This is the year.
And losing Xander, god damn it, John Henry, what the fuck is wrong with you?
God damn it.
I'm so sour about that shit, man. I'm crying myself to sleep every night in fetal position, etc. It's rough, man. I don't see the Red Sox coming away with the pennant this year. I think it's the Yankees. I might even take the Rays as a dark horse team too. Out of that division. But if I'm gonna really dig deep, if you really want a legitimate crazy dark horse,
don't take mine.
I'm gonna say the Baltimore Orioles. Like that, they're so dark, but I'm saying with Adley Rutschman, a dark horse MVP candidate.
I like that. Adley Rutschman. God damn it. Fuck you, David.
Well, Rutschman's a beast.
Yes,
I had to do it. National League, for who I'm going to pick to come out. A lot of people are picking the Dodgers, but I think this isn't going to be their year over a couple other teams. I think maybe the Braves or the Cardinals will sneak out. You goddamn right. I'm fucking doubling down on this shit. I think the Dodgers may cave into an upset from the Braves or the Cardinals. Honestly, I like the Cardinals with what they've got going. I mean, their pitching is pretty stout. I mean, with Ryan Hensley as their corner, as their closer, excuse me. I'm high on them. Nolan Arenado, they got the reigning MVP and Paul.
I will fucking box you, bro.
Let's square up, man. You're dealing with the people's champ. They call me the people's champion for the reason,
It's called people's champion.
What about all the stealing?
God damn it, Pat! You didn't even have to bring that up. Just let us be at peace. Fuck you. What is happening?
I'm just talking. I'm talking about Cowboy fans that are also Yankees fans and Lakers fans and UConn women's basketball.
You didn't have to bring the Lakers
and
into
Duke men's basketball.
But you could have left that alone.
There's 2 Laker fans on this panel.
I know. But that's actually a good thing for you. I'm saying you guys are making the playoffs.
I'm not a Lakers
fan. We have
fan.
a couple minutes. We'll get into that.
Lakers, they can
go. David, talk your shit. Go ahead. Finish your take. You're bad.
Braves or Cardinals, I think, should be the favorites to come out of the National League. You can go with the Dodgers too, but I think the Dodgers could get upset. I think they risk that. That's kind of been somewhat of an MO for them over the last few years, is coughing it up in the postseason with pitching.
And what has your team done? What do you have?
We won the World Series in 2018. We've won 4 World Series in the last 20 years. God damn it, we're the fucking champs of champs. Okay.
That's right. You're a Red Sox fan, but you live in Seattle. My apologies.
Yeah. No, that's why I have all the John Smoltz and fucking all the fucking playing cards from fucking back in the day of the fucking Atlanta Braves, because that was my fucking team when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, I want to be a fucking Atlanta Brave.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable. John or fucking David just wants to fucking.
If I had to say dark horse though, if someone outside that, show the graphic again. How high are the Phillies? I know they went to the World Series last year, obviously, but they're not that high, are they?
Oh wait, did the Phillies won the World Series last year?
No, they went to.
Say that. He said they went to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to count them, I'd go them. Honestly, I don't think it's that wild to say they're a dark horse. I think they can repeat. Zach Wheeler's filthy. Bryce Harper getting healthy. Aaron Nola, one of the best curveballs in all of baseball. Best catcher in baseball, arguably, with JT Realmuto. Schwarber's he's like the next Barry Bonds when it comes to hitting, except without the roids, so less syringes in his ass, of course. So
Robbie, go fight Andrew Tate, somebody your own size. Okay?
Yeah, I'm digging it. So that's who I've got.
I'm not fighting that man.
That's who I've got.
Bad man things. I'm a bad man. I'm a very bad man. Straight rasta, straight gangster. But no, go ahead.
What are you doing?
All right. So, am I being unbiased here?
I believe so.
Because I have a feeling
this is the take ill.
The Dodgers pitching staff is going to screw us over.
That's what I'm worried about.
Of course they are.
And you lost Tyler Anderson.
Wait, Wait.
What?
Go ahead, Mike. Our hitting can bail us out.
No. But I'm not worried about the hitting. I'm worried about the back end of the rotation and the goddamn bullpen that we don't have anybody. Here we go.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be either, I agree with David, Atlanta's looking pretty goddamn good. Yeah. I think it's either Atlanta or the Cardinals coming out of the NL.
Mm-hmm.
You're bugging.
Ronald Acuna Jr. getting healthy and Spencer Strider, man.
Listen
as long
to me.
As long as it's not the goddamn Padres, I really don't give a flying fuck this year.
I have a feeling they're going to get to the ALCS and they're going to, or NLCS, excuse me, just done goofy.
No, they're gonna choke before that.
They're going to choke, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In the AL, you got the Yankees, but you got the until someone can knock off the Astros. I'm going to say the Astros.
I'm taking the Astros. Yes. Okay. All right. So we're on the same page there. I have Astros. I have Astros Dodgers. That's my take for the World Series. I have Astros Dodgers straight up. I'm taking the two favorites.
Here's my dark horse. Has a former Dodger on the team. It's got a former stud pitcher from the AL from the NL moving to the AL. Mm-hmm. If all things go right, they'll knock off Houston. I'm saying it has to be. We're talking dark horse.
Mm.
Yeah, we're talking dark horse, bro.
Texas
we're talking.
Yes,
Texas
I
Rangers.
love that.
Texas Rangers.
I fucking love that shit, dude. Yes.
If DeGrom can hang tough, and they got Seager, if things work out right, they can do.
Yeah, but hey, man, mate.
Simeon gets going. Corey.
Hey, where are the Rangers? Where are the Rangers on this graphic? Wait,
they're
Rangers.
In the third column.
Yep, yeah, they're in the third column. Well, my team that I was going to take is in the third column too. So fuck.
That's fine. Go. Your take. As long as you don't take that team in orange and black, I'm okay with your take.
Here's what I'll say. I'm obviously I'm going Dodgers and Astros for the World Series. I think it's Dodgers and Astros straight up. I feel like it's just really hard to go against that this year. For me personally, there's some really competitive teams. Dark horses. I'm gonna give two dark horses.
What have you got?
The first one is going to be the Mariners.
I think they're one piece away, but
I think they're a piece away, but we've seen where teams are a piece away.
Yeah.
The Nationals should never fucking won before the goddamn pandemic, but they pulled it off.
I don't know. I liked them that year, but the Braves in 2020 certainly were.
Hear me out.
Excuse me.
That should have never fucking happened. That should have never happened. It should have. Some teams can just, even if they're a piece away, they can still do it.
Yeah, it's possible. You're not wrong.
That Steelers Cardinals Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, and the Mariners that were a
those
magical
two teams just got there just because, like, both those teams were a piece away, but they both somehow fucking made it.
No, and you're not wrong. The Mariners last year were the clutchest team, literally, in all of baseball. So you're not wrong about that.
I think that there's something working there. Another dark horse that I got. This team just needs chemistry to click. They just need to all just be fucking friends. Like when this comes time for that pennant stretch, they were hot last year in July. And it was like, oh my God, like you could bet on them and it was positive ROI, repetitive. The Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
There's something happening there that is like the ghost of Cal Ripken, like just, you know.
I think they just need more.
He's still alive.
I know he's still alive, but like I mean that, like, you know what I mean? Like it has that kind of like Miguel Tejada, Ripken, you know, Palmeiro, you know, type of like kind of like you know, vibe, Sosa type of like vibe where it's like
They got a legitimate core in their lineup and some underrated pitching. I don't blame you.
It's very underrated, and it's the right recipe to be a dark horse. It reminds me of that 2019, kind of not necessarily kind of like that 2019 Nationals team, because that Nationals team already had pieces built in that helped.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like Bryce did some
Soto
things,
and Gosberg.
like Bryce got moved to the Phillies. Like there was things that were already moving in that direction.
Mhm.
This team has them and the Mariners have some pieces to where it's like, I don't mind placing $5 on them on a futures bet and seeing what the fuck happens on either side. If not both, like place 5 on both and just be like, if I lose $5 after 162 some odd fucking games on either of those teams, like I don't fucking mind it.
I mean, and that's the thing too. The Mariners, I think, are probably as much of a dark horse to win the AL as they're probably less of a dark horse to win the AL, as much as the Orioles. I just think the Orioles, if they can put it all together, yes. The Mariners, though, like my concern is not their pitching. They're stacked in the rotation and bullpen. It's just the lineup. One more guy to couple Teoscar Hernandez and Julio Rodriguez.
Here's my betting tip for the Padres: let them go in a slump. They're gonna get it together. Like they have so many, they're so deep that they gotta get it moving. It's that old school '90s Iverson, Eric Snow type of flow where those two had to kind of get their movement down, and once they got it down, I was like, oh shit, like the Sixers are dangerous. Like they can go deep. Like you're looking for that out of the Padres. I don't think the Padres get into the series for you. I don't think that the Padres. I feel like betting the Padres to go to the World Series right now, from a future standpoint, I just feel like it's just
a little dicey.
Too many stars, too many stars, too many chefs in the kitchen. It's just too many chefs in the kitchen, Brett.
Too good to be true, huh?
Yeah, and that's where I look at, like. I was at the sports book this past Sunday, and like the amount of guys that were in there placing Padres futures, I'm just like, I don't. Why are you setting yourself? You're the same people. The people that are placing Padres futures are the same people that place Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl futures.
They seem like a much more I don't want to say fragile, but sensitive team to injuries too. For Tatis, of course, when he returns.
Just put rest. It's just too much. It's too good to be true. It's just too much. It's just too deep of a superstar-studded lineup. It's just San Diego trying to be Hollywood, and you can't be Hollywood when you're not in Hollywood.
That does, if they don't go, it sucks to be a fucking Padres fan, because talk about a team that's really fucking, had to eat a shit sandwich all these years, not, never winning a World Series, and rarely going, if anything. Like it's going to be rough if they don't make it this year.
I agree with that take there by Aiden. It's definitely fucking night and day. Let's get into one quick final one here. I'm glad that we got to talk a little bit of baseball. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do for the final topic. We're gonna go Final Four. Fuck it. We've already gone from football to baseball. Gentlemen, there are 6 perfect brackets that remain.
Mm-hmm.
These are
they picked the 6 brackets that had the Final Four.
4, yeah. 6 brackets. 6 brackets that pick the Final Four. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So there are 6 brackets that pick the Final Four, correct? First, we will cheers to these 6 people, because that is a feat within the betting world within itself. You don't have to take a big one. You don't have to take a big sip, a big swig. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? I will allow you to go as bold as you want. You can either A, give your just flat out 2 that make the national championship,
or you give your 2 plus your 1 to win the whole shit outright between what we're dealing with. Mike, you get to
Yes.
start.
I want to start. My heart, my brain tells me, and everything I do, because I had them going to the I have them going to the final.
This is what, really quick, while you're speaking, this is what the country looks like based off of what is left. SDSU, Miami, FAU, Miami, UConn.
So I picked UConn not to win it all on my brackets. I picked UConn. So I did a bunch of them. I picked UConn to go to the championship game, but not win the Final Four. I do think UConn is winning it all. Now, I think UConn is the champ. But for bragging rights, because I don't have stake in it, I want them to lose, because if they lose in the semifinal game, I win the Rumboyz League. I win the Rumboyz bracket, baby. Let's fucking go. So for my selfish reasons, I want either San Diego State or FAU to win, because I do not want Miami, because I got two guys. I got this guy at work that is running around all week going, the U.
So, yeah, I know that guy. I know a guy like that. Yeah, go ahead.
Being in California, it would be cool to see San Diego State, but I think it's going to be UConn. But for selfish reasons, I want to tell Robbie that I beat his ass and I won the thing.
Suck my dick. I already lost that shit. David.
Second last.
For me, I'm going UConn against San Diego State for the final for the championship, for the NCAA championship. Honestly, UConn pulling away with their 5th ever national title. I love what I'm seeing out of them, man. They've been outstanding this year. Like, tip of the hat, honestly, to Dan Hurley and what he's done, kind of revitalizing that program. It's so crazy to think about too, because they had Jim Calhoun, who won 3 titles with them. Then they had gosh, I'm blanking on his name, but yeah, Kevin Ollie, excuse me. Yeah, I won in 2014 with Shabazz Napier and all those guys. And then now it's like they're fucking third coach in a row is now like kicking ass and taking names. It's incredible. So I love what I'm seeing from Adama Sanogo. I think he's so underrated as a big man. He's just a low post force, a scoring machine.
Look at how David is just so at home talking every sport right now.
Yeah, he loves it. That's all I
love it, man.
He's loving it. He's loving it.
I'm an absolute, I'm such a whore for watching sports, honestly. Jordan Hawkins as well, man. That tandem with those two guys, man, it's too filthy. I love what Miami's done this year. The run they've gone on is tremendous, and the U is known for football. They're not fucking known for basketball, but here they are going on this incredible run, courtesy of Isaiah Wong and the crew, and tip of the hat to what they're able to do. But I just think this is where on both ends of the floor they meet their match,
Let's go, Aiden.
And FAU, that would be crazy. That might blow my fucking mind right there.
Stop. I haven't gotten my take yet. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not going to. I'm taking San Diego State. I think their defense will hold it down. But that matchup's a lot more interesting than I think even UConn and Miami. And that's saying something, because I think UConn and Miami is going to be close. But Adama Sanogo, Jordan Hawkins, all those guys, Dan Hurley, they get their first title and they close it out.
Pat. Oh, no.
Sorry, I had to find my mute button. I find it really interesting approaching the Final Four that there are currently more Florida teams in the Final Four, a state known for its football, than have ever been in the college football playoff since its inception. And now that may change once we expand it out to 12 teams. But since its inception, we have not seen a Florida football team in the college football playoff. So let me take a look at my picks. I want to see San Diego State whoop FAU.
Oh, get him, Pat.
And then we're going to go over, and Miami's going to hold it down with a 5-point victory over UConn. Miami wins it all on Monday. I will not be watching, however, because it's WrestleMania weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Talk it.
Ring of Honor Super Card of Honor is finishing up right now. 2 nights of WrestleMania. It's gonna be great. It's
Okay, I gotta say one thing to Pat. I
What's
hope we see a 619 straight to Dominic's face, baby.
Let's go.
I hope so too. It's gonna be interesting. I think that's one storyline that may go beyond WrestleMania. It's not gonna finish there.
No, it's not.
So
all right,
we're just talking about fake things here.
Yeah, we're craving to watch Logan Paul.
Wait, no, hold
in
on,
his
hold
G-string coming out.
No, Pat made a point 2 weeks ago. You know why we have to worry about this now? Because WWE is about to make it official that you can bet on their matches.
Yeah, you can bet on it now.
As soon as that happens, it matters.
All
right. Yeah, it now matters because now there's not even going to be a script. Like now they're going to have like different outcomes to the way that shit is actually going to happen. It's yeah. Hey, I ain't going front. WWE.
Hey, someone get their hands on that.
It's some crazy athletic shit.
WWE, I submitted my application.
You can say it's scripted, but it is not fake because there is a level of athleticism required. There's a level of skill that is required to completely perform everything.
I don't know. At this point, no. Now they toss in the betting angle. I don't think that it's going to be like how it was before.
We'll see interesting things though, like.
There's a kickball league that they want me to be able to run bases and do all those things. So like, there's like certain requirements to that stuff.
If someone does want to steal that WWE script and hand it to me,
hey, let's finish up this Final Four topic. Go ahead, Jordan.
No, give me UConn to do the whole thing.
Oh, you're just like, fuck it. Just run it.
Yeah. Florida Atlantic and UConn and, whatever we're calling the Final Four at this point. Give me UConn total. This is the most, I don't even give a shit Final Four I've ever seen in my life.
That's why I do give a shit.
I give a shit because I'm excited. I'm excited to see something different. I love seeing something different. So that's what makes me super excited. This is the most excited I've been in a long time, and I'm a Tar Heels fan, so I'm used to seeing the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. Like anytime that the Tar Heels aren't in, I'm like, okay, we're gonna come back in a couple years, like a year. Like give it 4 years, give it 3 years, give it 2 years. Like I can always bank on that. So this is dope, and I'm loving it. But motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got? You're about to pull out a fucking
a betting perspective.
Who do you got?
I know what he's doing.
All the real one, they shake it for me. All the real gangsters know. Rob don't give a fuck about the hub. Hey, let's go ahead. SDSU, baby.
SDSU. Wow. That side of the bracket. You are a bold motherfucker. You know that?
I thought you were going to tell me you wanted to. I thought you were going to say a Florida final.
It was either that or FAU.
Either one's wild, if you ask me. That's some bold ass shit right there. Damn.
I want it. I want to. Dog. When SDSU won last week, I was like, well, it's like I'm sitting in. So it's legal to obviously gamble here in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
We got this little certain bars have sports books attached to them now here in the city. I'm in this little sports bar. I'm gonna keep it private just because I want to keep that my little spot. And you hit the back, you go, you place your bet. It's all legit. You get your ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And SDSU. I want to shout you out, my boo, because you paid my bar tab. And then we took that same bar tab and we only used $20 out of it. And then we took the roulette table and then we took the fucking blackjack table on a Sunday night. And we did our damn thing. So yeah, let's go. Let's run it up.
You still have that money, or did you walk out of the bar and then like someone robbed you? No, I'm kidding.
No, I fucking put that shit in my bank account. I put that shit in my bank account right away. I woke up the next day. I called my best friends like, "Yo, give me a ride to the bank. Let's go. I'm gonna put that shit in my bank. Put that shit in my bank." And then I got some Thai food.
Smart thinking right there. Especially the Thai food too. I get down with some Thai food.
Yep. Gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap up this show. Mike, start us. Yeah, Mike, go ahead and start us off. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Anything you want to shout out?
You know where to find me on everything. Drop the Mike FF. I do want to shout out my new thing. Probably in the next week or so, my first rookie profile will be out for my new gig at Dynasty Nerds. Other than that, peace out.
You can follow me at David G. Oh fuck, I'm such a dingus. I forgot to change my fucking Twitter handle. It's supposed to say David G Sports Pod, so I done goofed right there. Never again, David. You can follow me and this gangsta ass rat tail I got right here at David G Sports Pod. Also our podcast at TBQ Sports, and slap yourself. I saw in the chat that you seem to have some protest with my background. Are you saying you've got an issue with these guys Eskimoing it the fuck up? Because
I do.
Let them Eskimo it the fuck up, you know? Like,
Bro, we all have a problem with it. We just let you keep it up.
I do have the remove
There's nothing
button.
wrong with Eskimoing it. Honestly, come on now. What were you saying, Mike? Sorry.
No, there's nothing wrong if you're Eskimo bros. You can't Eskimo kiss, but there's nothing wrong if you're Eskimo bros.
It's a little nose nuzzling. Nose nuzzling doesn't hurt, you know? It doesn't hurt anyone.
Oh my God, Pat. Nose nuzzling.
You guys can find me right here on the Rumboyz. You can also find me on Tyler at Tyler FF Creators YouTube channel, usually on his Tuesday night shows, as we talk Dynasty. So, yeah.
Jordan.
Hey,
Jordan.
I really appreciate all you guys. This whole bullshit back here, fucking changing tomorrow. God damn it, we're gonna have a good time. After tomorrow, little bit better background there. I just appreciate being able to talk to all you guys on here. You know, you guys are all experts in this category here. Fantasy sports, real sports, whatever the fuck we want to call it, man. Like, I'm just lucky to be here, and I appreciate every one of you.
Hell yes. We appreciate that. Listen, we're a bunch of analysts who are a bunch of fanalists. You have tuned into a bunch of animalists because we are beasts when it comes to this. This is the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. You already know the vibes. Cheers to me. Yeah. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz are girls, what it do. Dilly dilly.
Yeah!